Today I'm going to go over 3 basic, really simple items. What is CustomerSource? How do you use it? And what's next? It's basically help, I still have so much to learn, and then planning those stepping stones for the next, how to apply what you've learned and benefit from the tool. So what is CustomerSource? CustomerSource is a free customer benefit that you have as a customer, as a Dynamics user, as long as you have a current service plan. Now, what do we mean by service plan? Annually, Microsoft has a business-ready enhancement plan that is a fee-based renewal of based on the value of your software. There are many, many things that come with it, and here's an example of what comes with each of the plans. There's a business-ready enhancement plan, there's a business-ready Advantage plan, and there's also the business-ready Advantage Plus plan. Most clients after their first year are either using the Advantage plan or the enhancement plan. What's great with both of these is you get this fantastic access to a tool called CustomerSource. Inside of that, there's going to be so much that you can learn. You're going to find out during this call why CustomerSource is so beneficial. In addition to CustomerSource with your service plan, depending on what you have specific support incidents with Microsoft as well. Please contact me directly if you want to have a review of exactly what plan you're on if you don't know, as well as we can go ahead and talk about the best ways you can use your plan. When it comes to CustomerSource, there are so many different things that you can get out of it. I've compiled it into 5 things. Basically, product downloads, training materials, access to a knowledge base, the Dynamics community, and support. So inside of product download, this is where you're going to find things like hotfixes and service packs, regulatory updates, and so many more things that can help you make sure that you're running the correct version. We do recommend you working with your partner when looking at any of those features, but it is a self-serve mechanism that allows you to at least find out information about those items. Training materials is unlimited training. There's different types. There's interactive as well as download stuff. The knowledge-based system is fantastic also. What it is it's not created by marketing and sales. It's actual support engineers that have documented answers to questions that you may have. And I'm going to show you how to access that and benefit from each of these items. There's also the Dynamics community. This is a group of community full of users just like yourself that have questions that you may relate to, problems, thoughts, suggestions, things like that, that who knows, maybe there's challenges that you're having right now, but we'd love to see, a quick answer without reaching out to your partner like Bond Consulting Services and possibly creating a billable event. By using the CustomerSource that's accessible to you because you have your enhancement plan in your current, you're ultimately going to possibly save money and you will reduce your costs actually with Bond Consulting Services as well. And it will help you complement the support that we already give you. The last thing with CustomerSource is support also. It's a great way that if you do have those pre-allowed customer support calls with your plan, like I said, the Advantage plan and the Advantage Plus plan, those both have prepaid support with Microsoft. If not, you will be charged a fee for the services. And so let me go ahead and show you briefly what I'm talking about when it comes to using the tool CustomerSource. Let me switch my windows. In just a minute, you should be able to see the CustomerSource North America page. Someone could just say yes that they see it. That would be fantastic, so I know that it's up. Okay, it looks like I'm presenting now. So this is a website, and the link is available to you to go ahead and look at any time. I've included the link and will include it in follow-up emails. But you could basically find it by going to Bing and looking up Microsoft Dynamics Customer Source. When you get to the website, you're going to go ahead and need to log in. This is a login that we've assigned to you using your live ID. You've probably associated it at some point to your live ID. Now what's going to happen is you're going to come in and you're going to see your customer name here. I'm going to use one of our clients' accounts just so you can see the experience of a customer. But you'll basically have your customer name, your account information, as well as what type of plan you have. When you go into Customer Source, what it's going to do is it's going to find a unique environment just for you. It knows that you have Dynamics GP, or it knows that you're an AX user or a CRM user, just by the company that you've chosen. So as you can see, the header of this page already selected Dynamics GP. What's fantastic is you can also, if you needed to change any other products, just go to the Product tab and select Other Products, in case for some reason you want to look at something different and just learn about other solutions that you may or may not have right now. This main tile is going to be called, this is the hero tile, is what Microsoft calls it. It's going to be relevant information that's new and timely. As you can see, there's marketing information here about Convergence 2015, which is happening next week, as well as the new version, GP 2015. There's a link to get to that. But what I want to show you more than that is both you've got a menu bar at the top and you've got the sidebar on the left. The sidebar on the left excuse me, will help you get to different areas like I mentioned. The support, the downloads, the learning, the community, news and events, and information about product. These tiles also are very unique to you. If you want to learn more about your service plan, you would click here. What I'm going to do is physically go in and show you a couple samples in a minute, but right now it's just a general overview of that home page, that landing page. As you scroll down on the page, what's fantastic is this information changes. News and events that's relevant to you in the GP space, because again, it's already filtered because it knows that you're a GP client. Other than that, there's also information about what's new, things like new product announcements, service packs, things like that. Of course, it's going to be relative to the most recent version of GP that's on the marketplace, but because you may or may not be on that version, you'll still be able to access information that's more relevant to you. So let's look at this first. One of the things is, depending on your support contract, you can get different levels of support. So let me show you an example. If you were to go to the support button, other things that you can find out. This is where you're going to access the knowledge base. Again, this is an area for where technical people have written certain things, these knowledge-based articles, not marketing. There's tens of thousands of articles that could help you out. There's the hot fixes and service packs. Again, these are information that we actually hope that you engage us before you start using. Community forum, I'll show you that in just a sec. But again, it comes down to, at the bottom, service plans and new technical support requests. Again, this is not to get technical support from Bond Consulting Services or your partner of record. What it is to get technical support directly from Microsoft. Again, this is a billable event, and it's up to $275 per incident if you were to go ahead and click on this, unless you have those 6 or unlimited calls available to you, depending on the type of contract you have. So what you would do is basically go ahead and select new technical support requests. It would go ahead and know whether or not you have any available to you. You select what your account is, and you just go ahead and click on next, and you go through until you're actually done, and it'll allow you to choose what type of problem you're having. It'll give you some self-serve reports, different ways that you can actually help solve the problem yourself. And ultimately, if you can't do that, you're going to click on the Business Ready button at the bottom, and that'll start the opening of the ticket process. Again, if you don't have this available at for your account, you can inquire with me directly to upgrade your service plan to include those. But again, we believe that as your partner, we should be able to resolve most of the things for you directly. So I'm going to go back to the home page, and I'm going to go to GP, just so you can go ahead and see where I'm at. When it comes to training, this is the #1 reason why I believe people should stay current on their enhancement plan, which will allow them to have access to CustomerSource. There's different types of training. Again, there's Get Trained with e-learning. E-learning is an interactive form of training. And then there's student learning. And when you come to the student learning, you have the ability to basically download different materials based on what topics you're looking for. So as you can see, I went ahead and clicked on student training materials. It's Dynamics GP, and there's 43 different items on here that you can look. And don't hesitate about the version. Let's say you're on GP 2010 and all you can find is 2013 stuff, or vice versa. A lot of the functionality is the same depending on the version once you're past GP 2010. The tips and tricks that will help you be specific to your version, reach out to us and we'd be glad to help you by setting up a specific training. But as you can see, there's different materials, bank reconciliation in Microsoft Dynamics GP 2013. This will teach you how to handle bank reconciliation. Once you click on this, it will actually take you to the material and allow you to begin that learning experience. So I'm going to go back to the learning page and show you a couple more things that is exciting about learning. This is where you can get GP fact sheets. This is more, marketing related information that will allow you to actually, see the facts and kind of the tidbits about the solution within the Microsoft Dynamics solution you have. Knowledge base is what is one of those amazing tools. Here you are in a situation, and you can see there's 6,718 items that are directly related to GP. So if you're having a challenge with Management Reporter, you can go ahead and click in Management Reporter, and it will automatically bring you up all of the searches. And notice that we are in the knowledge base. That's the only area that we're searching right now. What's fantastic about CustomerSource, though, is I can actually go, and if you notice, there's 43 items that are related to GP about Management Reporter. Let me switch this tab to all. What's really cool about CustomerSource is when you search on a field like Management Reporter, it goes out to CustomerSource, the GP community, the knowledge base, e-learning. It's looking everywhere. You don't have to waste your time and go look. But now there's 11,532 items that have to do with Dynamics GP about Management Reporter. And you can continue to drill down further and further until you get exactly what you're looking for. So here's now we're into GP 2013 under Management Reporter, and we have all of the information. So it's very exciting that you can actually use this as a search engine that will actually go out to different areas and allow you to broadly access the information. So you've got knowledge base, but what's really cool is community. Community is a fantastic area that I strongly recommend you being part of. This is, again, a bunch of end users like yourself, as well as some consultants, even within our organization, that are monitoring it. So I'm going to go into community and I'm going to click on it, and you're going to see that it's going to actually open up a totally different location. We're now actually, and each of the products have, what's also fantastic is it feeds directly. This is an area, as you can see, hundreds of articles that are written by, that are questions that are posted by end users like yourself. If you have a challenge, you can go in, you can actually post a question, you sign into the community. I'm now signed in. You can go ahead and post a question if you want. You can look at questions. When you go into a specific answer, there's a question and answer. You can scroll down. You can see the answers. You can actually communicate with the people that are answering. And you'll often see some of our friendly faces as subject matter experts answering these questions as well throughout the tool. This will allow you to be able to better, better learn from maybe a different point of view, not just the technical point of view, but through the community, the Microsoft Dynamics community of your end users. I'm going to go back into CustomerSource real fast and continue to walk through some of the other features. Give me one moment. Let me go back into my customer. Here we go. Just need one more second. That's not good. Live demo. There we go. I'm now back in. So one of the things I want to show you that's very important is how do you manage CustomerSource? Someone within your organization has been set up as a admin in the site. See that this gets redirected, hopefully. If you go to the customer site, what you'll see, if you go to the page that the your customer source and you do about my customer profile, you'll get a list of professionals. Those professionals are people inside your organization that have access to this. There's administrators, there are also just end users. Please contact me directly if you can't get into CustomerSource or you can't get into that feature to manage your end users. One of the things we like to do is sometimes on an annual basis, go through the professionals that are associated with your account and clean them up and make sure that only the right people have access to it. You could have unlimited people from your organization have access to it. And the reason we recommend you having more than one person accessing it is so you can go ahead and share information with them more easily. They can again go in and do their own training and things like that. Now as you see that I went ahead and selected a specific product. Let's say you're looking at GP 2013, you're currently using 2010, and you want to figure out more information about it and decide really, is it best for you? What's fantastic is that you can come in here, you can identify different community videos that will help you potentially learn a little bit more about the features and functionalities. This took me out to 2015 right now because that's the newest version. But again, you can go ahead and just change some of those tags over in this area and get rid of some of those filters. Back on the original homepage of Microsoft's CustomerSource is really where you'll go ahead and find, again, the access to the portal of all the exciting things. We like to promote Webcast. You'll see some of those information inside of our newsletters. But again, what we find the real reason why people are using CustomerSource is to access training that they want to go back and review training, go to the e-learning portal, go to the knowledge base, go to the community, and use it as an educational source so that you can help self-serve and become more sufficient and enjoy your solution that you've invested so much on and go ahead and enjoy the purchase you've made. So that is a very high level. Again, today's purpose is a 20-minute overview of a very valuable tool called CustomerSource. If you have any other questions, we'd love to answer them at this time, as well as schedule one-off times where we can actually do a walkthrough with you and other people in your organization and make sure everyone has full functionality of this tool that they've already been invested in. So I'll take a break and see if there's any questions with the people that are out on the call. So it doesn't sound like there's any questions. So what is next? Try logging into CustomerSource. Make sure that you have access to it. Sometimes it gets a little confusing. Which email did I associate it with? Is it my work email? Is it my live, my Hotmail? What email have I associated it with? Work with me directly to determine who has access and who's the administrator of your site. If you don't have access to CustomerSource, then that might mean two things. Again, it could be a password issue, or it can also be a rights issue. You may not have rights to be on it, and we can work with your administrator to confirm that you have permission, and we'll be glad to add you to it. And then when you're in there, learn, explore, and use CustomerSource. You're not going to break anything. Just go in there and be a sponge of information and enjoy yourself and just learn. Because the more you learn, the more you'll be able to use your GP environment or your CRM environment or whatever you have. And the more you learn, the more you'll be successful at, and enjoy the investment you've made. So with that, my information is on this slide. We'll be glad to share that with everyone after the call as well. And I thank you very much. And again, if there's any questions, we're available to have. I'm available to answer those at any time.